I just wanted to put a quick vlog together to talk about my workout plan and the success that I've been having. I get a lot of questions from family and friends about it, so I figured I'd just put something together via video. To give you some background, I'm 33 years old. I'm 5'3" and I'm about 114 pounds. I just started into my 6 month of training and I feel great, both physically and mentally. I'm eating healthier and I've put on a ton of muscle. And I think maybe I've gained like a pound, which I think is awesome considering I'm literally eating double the amount of calories that I was eating before I started. And what's more interesting is that I noticed some of my friends, a couple of family members, they're doing Weight Watchers or other similar programs, or I have other friends that are just trying to eat salads to lose weight. With me, like I said, I've doubled my food intake. I've gained maybe a pound, but I put on a ton of muscle. It was very interesting. So anyway, about 7 months ago, I was going to the gym, maybe like 2 to 3 days a week, and I hated it. If I could find an excuse not to go, I would. I'm not sure if it was because I was just plain out lazy, if I wasn't motivated, if it was because the gym was jam-packed every time I went, or possibly because I had no idea what I was doing. But it got to the point where I didn't even go at all. I always felt tired, I was unmotivated, and my semi-fit body was kind of not being so fit. And I get a lot of people that say, oh, but you're so skinny, you don't need to go to the gym. And yeah, I might be skinny, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm in shape or that I'm even healthy. It just means I might have some decent genetics. I personally noticed, though, that my abs weren't showing as much. My butt was kind of looking a little flat. The leg area was kind of starting to look a little, I guess, dimply. And you would think that that would actually be motivating to go to the gym, but it actually did the opposite, and I felt like I was kind of starting into this funk. But on the days that I actually did manage to go to the gym, I really had no direction. There was no plan. Like if I noticed a girl with nice arms, I would look at what exercises she was doing, and then I would do them. Same thing with legs or abs or whatever. I also tried going the route of, going online and printing out training plans from various, fitness websites. I've also done home workout videos like P90X, TurboFire, and those worked for a couple weeks, a month, but then I would get bored. So I felt like I'm doing all this work, I'm not seeing any improvement, so kind of like what was the point type of thing. And I feel like my husband was kind of starting to get into the same, thing as me as far as, not seeing any gains. So we actually contacted Greg, who's our trainer and who Matt actually knows from high school. We're pretty familiar that he was, very involved in fitness and nutrition and bodybuilding. So long story short there, Matt started to work with Greg and immediately, like he started counting his, his macros. He was measuring his food, and I actually kind of started to do it too. My thought process was, if I decided to eventually work with Greg, the fact that I was starting to track, and if I did try to go to the gym a little bit more often, that if, once I signed on with him, the transition might be a little bit easier. So long story short, again, I decided to work with Greg, and I've never looked back. To be completely honest, though, and Greg knows this already, I hated working out and the plan and eating, at least in the beginning. The big thing that I didn't like was counting macros. You literally have to measure every piece of food that you're going to eat by the ounce or the gram, and it's a pain in the ass, at least when you're not used to doing it. Like now I do it, and I could do it with my eyes closed. It's no big deal. The other pain in the ass is the actual amount of food that you have to eat. Like when I first started, I was maybe eating 1,000 to 1,300 calories a day. Today, I eat closer to like 2,000, maybe 2,300 calories a day. So that's a pretty big jump. So obviously that's something to get used to. And obviously you're not expected to eat, 100 and 30 grams of protein, on day one when you were only eating like maybe 40 the day before. So for me, that took a lot of getting used to, especially because I don't really eat meat that much. Well, now I do, but back then I wasn't. So in order to supplement or help me reach my numbers, I had to drink a lot of protein shakes, which I was never, ever a fan of. To me, they taste like crap. But eventually, I did find a couple flavors that I like. And also, you can always add like other things into the shake. So like fruit, peanut butter, almond milk, everything. It makes it taste better. So now I'm to a point where I don't have any issues with that. But what I really enjoyed about the program was the actual workouts. So each month, Greg sends me a new plan. And every day when I go to the gym, I know exactly what I have to do. And every day I actually have a different area of focus. So today, like for example, I went to the gym, I looked at my plan, it said how many reps I needed to do, how much weight I needed to lift, and then I know the next time I go to the gym, it'll be totally different. And what's interesting is, I didn't think that I would be able to get to the level that I'm at today. Like today I'm doing deadlifts and squats and, bench press, and I was never doing that before. So the workouts are keeping me interested, and they're also pushing me in all different kinds of directions, so I'm not getting bored at all. So I guess my point of all this is, if you were like me and you were struggling at the gym because either you were working out and not seeing any gains, or maybe you weren't going to the gym at all, for whatever the reason, it might be good to actually look into getting a trainer. And I don't necessarily mean the trainers at like Planet Fitness or Workout World, and no offense to any trainers that are watching this now. I know that there's, exceptions out there, but my thing is if you're not counting your macros while you're working out or doing some form or modified version of DUP, then you're probably never going to reach your full potential. Now, I can't get into the science of DUP, but basically your training plan consists of different loads, reps, and sets. And, that's on different days of the week. So basically you're getting your body to respond to a variety of different challenges versus just focusing on like one challenge at a time. But anyway, if you want to learn more about the actual science of that, you can contact Greg, my trainer. He actually has a YouTube site, lots of videos on there. It's Robinson DUP Bodybuilding. But all I can say is that it definitely works. And obviously, it's different for everyone. Different people will have different results. Some might see changes quicker than other. I personally noticed a difference in like 2 weeks. And then, seeing that change pushes you even harder. Today I'm in a better mood. I'm not always so tired, although, I have my days just like everybody else, but I feel better about myself. I am motivated. My husband thinks I look great too. So it's like, what more could you ask for, And another good thing about having a trainer is you have a coach available to you. So if you ever have a question, they're there to answer it. They can walk you through any scenarios. They can give you feedback on your workouts. They could change up your plan if you're having issues. If you, God forbid, like hurt yourself some way, they can change up the plan to modify it. You might need a taper week at some point. And also they're just there for moral support. So if you have a bad day, there's someone that you can vent to. But anyway, that's my quick little tangent for today. I hope this video at least gave you some insight to how working with a trainer might be able to help you reach your goals in the gym and improve on your life too, both from a physical and mental standpoint. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to comment below. Otherwise, like I said, you can also check out Greg's channel on YouTube. It's Robinson DUP Bodybuilding. Thanks again.